I'm going to turn it back to you unless there's any questions.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, please put them in the ask a question box. It's easier to
Yep.
find that way than in the chat because there's a lot of great chat going on. But if you put it in the ask a question, we won't miss it. And then we'll just come back to do the questions after our next speaker. How's that? All
Great.
right. So our next speaker I'm really excited about because let me just share my screen again. Here we go. Um, because I have known Fred Holmes for since 2017. So I was with the company brought mangosteen to market. It got sold to the company that brought moringa to market, which is just so exciting. Anyway, I met a lot of great leaders over there at ZJ, including Pat Anderson, but one of them was Fred Holmes. And the thing about him is he is the most clear, concise, down to earth, simple explanation of anything. When he trains, everybody gets it. And you know what? The number one thing that we need to train on, of course, is how to get started in this business. You're brand new, onboarding. What do I do first? And Fred is going to tell us how we get started in our Social X business. So, Fred Holmes, just 25K. I think it was your second month in the business. Unbelievable. But 40 years in this industry, not just an industry veteran, but you're going to agree with me, and not just a multi-million dollar earner, but truly a master trainer. And it is a privilege to turn some time over to you, Fred, to tell us how to get started in this business.
Thank you, Collie. I appreciate you so much, and thanks for that introduction. I'm listening and I'm going, man, I want to meet that guy. Who is that guy? And so, folks, listen. I'm going to be pretty quick here this morning, so we can stay on our timeline. But I got a lot of information to share with you. And first of all, I want to tell you who I'm going to speak to. All right, I'm going to speak to every single one of you that may be new in the network marketing industry, or maybe you've been around, you've been in different companies, whatever, and you never really achieved the level of success that you were looking for. I'm going to speak to those of you that have very, very high goals. And what your idea of a high goal is not necessarily somebody else's. Your idea of a high goal might be to make $1,000 a month. Is that achievable in our business with Social X? Absolutely. Maybe you're looking to make $1,000 a week, get something near a replacement income. That's achievable. There's some of you out there that want to go well beyond that and make $1,000 a day. And I know that's hard to believe, but everything that you can dream about is achievable to you in our Social X opportunity. And I can say that because I've been able to experience all those levels of income, and I came out of retirement after several years to join this company. And so I want to share with you the experiences that I've had over my tenure in the industry, and to show you, to prove to you, so you believe it, that you can also achieve whatever it is that you desire here. And so, good news, you can do this too. And the reason I can say that, and I can guarantee that if you follow the things that I'm going to share with you, you can achieve this as well. And the reason I know that is because I did. Now, I'm not special. Yes, Collie shared some really kind and gracious things about me. And yes, they're all true. Okay, yes. However, 41 years ago, January of 1985, I know you're thinking, wow, Fred, you've been around 40 years. You must have started when you were 3 years old. And I did. I started when I was 3 years old. Uh, but 41 years ago, I was a cross country truck driver. I didn't have anything particularly special about me that would indicate that I could achieve the kinds of things that I've done over the last several decades in this industry. I was a hardworking guy. That was it. And I had one major advantage, which was I had a reason to do this. My son was hitting school age. As every parent, I took seriously my responsibility to help my child become everything that he could be. And it became very obvious as he entered into school, I was going to be responsible for the cost, the financial resources for specialized educational resources he needed. The school district was going to provide. And I also knew that I was going to need to have a lot of time freedom to be with him during those formative years. And what has happened since then, not only has this industry of network marketing provided everything that I desired for my son, I was just a guy that wanted to take care of my kid. But it's gone so far beyond that. And someday we'll get together and I'll share all the things that have happened, over my lifetime and help not just bless me, but so many other people. So what I want to do is I want to share with you the 3 things that you will need to be successful in this industry. And I grab your journal, folks. Don't waste this time. I've only got a few minutes, and I'm not bragging here, and I'm not being egotistical. The stuff I'm going to share with you is golden. It changed my life. Somebody shared this with me a long, long time ago, and I'm sharing it with you. Grab your journal, get your notes out, whatever it is you need to jot this down. Get your pen on turbo speed. All right, here we go. Here's your 3 criteria for success. Number 1, you got to be willing to work. You got to have good work ethics. Number 2, you got to be willing to learn. You need to be coachable. Don't try and figure the deal out. Trust me, we've already figured the deal out. Okay, be coachable. Number 3, have a burning desire to succeed. Folks, there's got to be a reason why you're going to do this. It is going to take time. It is going to take effort. It's not going to happen as fast as you like it to happen. But why do you need to be successful here? Because if your reason why you need to be successful is strong enough, it will carry you through the challenges. It will create good work ethics on your part. It will create coachability. I was always a hard worker. I was raised by a single mom. And all I know all my life is that she had, she always had a full-time job, a part-time job, and then there was a part-time job, during Christmas for those extra expenses, and then in the summer so you can pay for, Bible, getaway camp kind of thing. And I didn't know anything other than working hard. So that was an advantage to me. Now, when I started in this business, this is all I needed because I had the opportunity to see through the eyes of other people what could happen in this kind of business if you really wanted it. And so I knew that what they had in this kind of business, significant income and time freedom, flexibility in your day-to-day schedule so that you could decide what you were doing, not the boss deciding what you were doing. I knew that this is what I wanted. And all these were the questions I had, and they're probably the questions you've got too. Number 1, what do I do? Number 2, how do I do it? And number 3, will you help me? Will you help me? And see, that's where I started. All I cared about is tell me what I need to do. Tell me how to do it. And will you help me? So I'm going to share with you what we do. Again, in your notes, 3 things. We share our products. Number 2, we share our income opportunity. And number 3, we teach others to do the same. That's it, folks. The reason that people like me and I know Collie's story. Some of you don't know Collie's story. She was a single mom, all of a sudden became a single mom. She's got a couple of kids. She can't, there's no future for her. And she jumped into network marketing. All right. I was a truck driver, and there's so many stories of, professional people, doctors, lawyers, people like Pat Anderson, incredibly successful businesswoman. She didn't need more money. What did she need? Time, freedom, and residual income. Because the minute she stopped working, the money stopped coming in. Everybody that you see out there, they have the potential to be successful. So sharing our products, this is very simple, folks. You want to use the products, all right? Use the products and become a product of the product. The reason this is so important is that people communicate with feelings, not with words. You can talk all about, the incredible ingredients in the product, but if you've never experienced the results from the products, people aren't paying attention to the ingredients, but they are going to be affected by your personal story on the product. So, what do? Share the product, share the opportunity. teach others to do the same. How do we do it? Use the products. Now, I'm going to suggest to you that you use all the products all the time. Now, you may not be able to use all of our products right away, but use as many of them as your budget can justify. I learned a long time ago, use only the products you want to sell, right? Use only the products that you want to receive an income from. I have always been very congruent with the products. I mean, today, I started my day with my Accelerate, okay? Then I've got my Extreme Shake. I'm on my second Accelerate. I've already done both of today's shape and burns. Now, I don't recommend you all doing that protocol. I mean, unless you're a truck driver, all right? Truck drivers can handle it. You might want to back off that one a little bit. But you understand what I'm saying. I'm using all the products because I can share my personal story, my personal testimony, my personal experience on every single one of these products. And people know whether or not the products are for them, they know the products work because I can share that personally. So what's the second thing we do? We talk to people. That's it. We share we use the products, and then we talk to people. Now, you're going to need to have people to talk to. And this is where, write this in your notes, big, bold, capital letters, make a list. The novice or amateur network marketer has all those names up here. The professional network marketer has names written down on paper. Now, how many names do you need? As many as you can get, okay? Make a note. Look for a memory jogger. A memory jogger is a simple little tool. It's just a, paper and pencil tool that will help you create a much larger list than you will immediately think about in your mind. Well, what do you need to start with? Just a handful. I always, sure, you can put average person by the time they hit 30 years of age knows between 200 and 300 people by their first name. Okay, so forget that, oh, I don't know that many people. Everybody knows people. They're just not people that have come to the front of your mind. So use a memory jogger. But how many do you need to start with? A handful. I tell people start with, 5 or 10 names. People that would use our products. And who can use our products? Everybody that's still breathing. As great as our products are, we have not yet been able to bring anybody back from the dead. Okay, so that group, now, best of my knowledge, it's probably only happened once in 2,000 years. Okay, so I'm not saying our products are going to bring people back from the dead, but if they're still breathing, every single person can use our products. Our job is not to determine if they want to. Our job is to share the products with them and let them decide whether or not they want to use them. Now, talking to people, same thing. We're going to talk about our products. We're going to talk about our opportunity. How many people do you need to talk to about the opportunity? There's going to be many, many people that you can't even think about. Let's start with 5 or 10. Who do you know would like to make more money? Who do you know would like more free time? Who do you know would like more fun? One of the reasons I came out of retirement to join Social X is because this business is fun. I love working with people. I love seeing the changes when they start losing weight and feeling better and their health's improving and now their finances are improving. This is fun. This is exciting. Imagine waking up every morning and thinking, man, I'm glad I get to go to work today. Okay, see, I never really had that experience before until I got involved in network marketing. Now, what we do again, we use the products, we talk to people, generate a list. Finally, what do you do when you're talking to these people? You share the stories. Share the stories, yours and others. Share the stories of people's results on the products. Share the stories of people's results in the business. And I'm going to teach you how to do that right now because there is a system. There is a system that we use to do this. And I want you to make a quick note in your notes. Okay, systems are duplicatable by the masses. Systems are duplicatable. People are not. And some of you have really highly developed skill sets in speaking and persuasion and sales and what have you. I'm going to tell you, stifle yourself. All right. Get over it. Don't be that special person, because that's not duplicatable by the masses. Our business is made up of the 95 percenters of the world, not the special few at the top. This network marketing is the greatest opportunity in the world because it's universal, because it's the only place that true entrepreneurism is available in the world to people that don't have specialized knowledge, training, skill sets, and all the other demographic things that require you to be in that top 5% of earners. So here's the system. This is one of the most important things I'm going to share with you today. 3 steps in our system. Write them in your notes. Number 1, the invitation. And make a note. This is inviting people to look. That's it. We're just asking people to take a look. That first step of invitation, that's what you do. Okay? That becomes your, engagement in this process. You invite people to take a look at our products. You invite people to take a look at our opportunity. Step number 2 is the presentation. And think about it for a minute. If you invite somebody to hear about our products, they're going to expect you. They say, yeah, sure, I'll listen to you. What do you got to say? They want you to then do a presentation on the products. If you ask them to look at the business, they're going to say, sure, I'll look at what you got. I'm always open-minded. Tell me what you got. And they're expecting you to do the presentation. Put this in your notes. Step 2 is presentation. You don't do this. That's not your job. Okay? We can't fire you if you try and do it. You're going to fire yourself because it doesn't work. You cannot present the products or the opportunity good enough for some people. All right? And if you were, it's not duplicatable by the masses. So the system works this way. When it comes to the presentation, don't you do it. Let the tools do it. We've got videos. We've got videos that talk about our business, videos that talk about our products. We've got, as you just heard the announcements, Tuesday nights, we're going to have an ongoing business presentation where you can invite people to take a look and let others do the presentation. You don't have to do that. Thursday night, we're going to be kicking off our product education series, with Pat Anderson. And there's nobody better than Pat. She's awesome. You get people on that broadcast, they're going to want to buy the products. That's the presentation. Use tools. Now, the third component of the system, you can abbreviate it by saying, don't do it alone. All right. The third step in the system is validation. Validation means somebody besides you telling the story, documenting that the products are effective, documenting that the business works. 3-step system: invitation, that's what you do; presentation, that's what the tools do; validation, that's what somebody else does. Typically, it's your sponsor or one of your upline. Fortunately, I've been around long enough. I have some of my downline people doing that validation. But yes, I still do this myself. When I'm prospecting, people think, oh, well, it's easy for, people like Fred Holmes or Collier, to be able to, recruit because they've done so much, they've made so much money. It's harder for us to recruit. People don't believe that they can achieve what we've done. Honestly, I have a hard time believing the kind of money I've made, the things I've done in the last 40 years in this industry. So oftentimes I will use one of the people that I've sponsored to share their story because it's a lot more, believable or achievable to the average person. So we've talked a little bit about what you need to be successful: willing to work, willing to learn, burning desire to succeed. We've talked about what do you need to know and how do you do it. What you need to do is you need to share the products, you need to share the opportunity, and you need to teach others to do the same, to duplicate what you're doing. How do you do it? Use the products. all the products every day or as much as you can. Be sure to talk to people. That's the only way. That's what we do. That's what the company pays us so much to do, is simply talk to people. And the number three, share the stories of people. Don't try and be an expert on the comp plan. I've got the comp plan printed. It's sitting right in front of me on the whiteboard in front of my desk because I still haven't figured out the comp plan. Okay. Other than it's making me a lot of money already, right? But, don't be an expert on any of that stuff. Share the stories of people that have achieved results with our products or achieved results in our business. Follow the system. Invitation, that's what you do. Presentation, that's what the tools do. And validation, get somebody else to do this. Now, I got 2 more bonus tracks for you, and I'm going to do this really quick. You want to build a story, folks? Real simple. Start out today and go get your first 3 customers, hit manager 3. And I'm not going to go through the numbers, but literally, the average order cart that I'm seeing in my organization is running about $150. Okay. You get those 3 customers, the commissions you make off those orders, plus that first manager 3 bonus of $50, you've made over $150. Do that in a week. You've made over $150 your first week. That's a story. And do not compare that 1 week's fast start story to, some of the kinds of incomes you're hearing already people making in Social X. The people that you talk to will be amazed. Who do you know wouldn't like an extra $150 this week? I mean, if you want a better story, go get 3 customers today, right? Then go manager 7, the next major rank advancement. If you go become manager 7, get 7 people based on the average order cart that I'm seeing and the $200 bonus that you get at manager 7, you've made over $450. Do that in a week, and you've got a 1 week story in your new business of making over $450, and you will get people's attention. I guarantee it. Last bonus track. Don't do this alone. This is a team sport. I had an advantage that I haven't shared with you yet. It's a secret. When I first started in network marketing, my very first company, my very first personal sponsor was already $1 million earner. And what I knew is that he knew what to do. He knew how to do it. And I knew he was going to help me because I'm not just a dumb truck driver, right? I figured this deal out. He wasn't going to make any money off of me if I wasn't successful. Folks, some of you, we're moving so fast here. Some of you are being sponsored by people that have literally 24 hours more experience in network marketing than you do. Okay. They want to help you, but they may not have all of the skills, knowledge, information, what have you. Something else I can tell you. Every single one of you that is on this broadcast right now, and every one of you that is listening to the recording, there is somebody somewhere in your upline that has already been $1 million earner in network marketing. You decide what are your goals, and you go find the people who have already demonstrated they know how to achieve those goals, because they're waiting for you to call them. They're waiting to help you. So with that, hopefully that was helpful to you folks. I hope that you are even a small percentage as excited as I am about your future with this company, because this will be the greatest thing that I've done, 4th build in the industry, and the greatest thing that I've done in 40 years in this industry. And so I'm going to turn this right back over to Collie. Thank you very much, folks. Hope that was helpful.
Awesome. Awesome, Fred. Thank you so much. It is so simple. This is the simple, easiest business ever. And some people, they think it's hard because, there's a lot of work to be involved, but I used to climb telephone poles for a living. I
did that once before too.
I was the first female telephone installer at the phone company in Arizona. I climbed in attics in Phoenix, Arizona in the summer when it was 175 degrees in the attic to fish walls that was hard. work. Now I sit in my air-conditioned office. I'm on a little bouncy exercise ball from my office chair, and I just sit and talk to amazing people. I love what I do. It is so easy, so fun, and I'm so grateful that somebody introduced this industry to me 36 years ago. So thank you so much, Fred. There's some questions in the chat. I've got some closing comments I'd like to make, but yes, I wanted to bring Stu back on just because a lot of people are asking. There was somebody in the chat that from Canada, and there's somebody from Europe, and of course the US. Stu, do you have an update for us on when the citrus silk is going to ship?
I do, I do. And I'll tell you that right now, but first I have to say I never drove truck. And I've drove trucks, but never for a living, and I never climbed telephone poles. And I'm feeling like Fred, she's got both of us beat. But I did work at Wendy's hamburger stand when I was 16 and got fired because they couldn't teach me how to mop. Then I begged for a job at the gas station across the street because I didn't want to go home and tell my parents I got fired. It was a gas station, and I was like, I could pump gas. They could teach me how to change oil. As long as I don't have to mop, I'll be fine. Went home and told my parents I got promoted to the oil industry. And then 3 weeks later, they pulled out the mops and buckets, and I quit. And that was my last job. I was 16. Now I'm 60. I haven't had a job since. So I can't beat the telephone pole thing, though, Fred. I just got to be honest. That's nuts. Yeah, Collie. So here it is. Everyone that ordered already in America, I believe as of yesterday, it's already shipped to you. If not, it will ship by Monday, but I believe it's already all shipped. And I've been watching the shopping cart go up like crazy during this right now. A bunch of you are ordering. If you're ordering in America today or over the weekend, it should ship Monday. Okay, so we're there until it runs out. And then there was only so many bottles sent to Canada. They'll be receiving them this next week in the warehouse there, and then they'll ship pretty much the next day. So there's a good chance yours will ship out by the end of the week, and then Europe will be the week after. And there's only so many bottles there too. So there's two things going on here. It's first come, first serve. You know, if you, as a matter of fact, some people may end up getting a refund. I just want you all to know that right now. If you're, I'm not, I don't want to spook anybody. I don't ever want high pressure. I don't want like, oh, they blink 3 times, go for the throat, like they teach in sales and stuff. It's not like that. It's that we only had 756 bottles. I truly believe the only reason why they're not all gone is we flubbed the recording last week. So 90% of the people aren't getting to hear about it really till today. Okay. So in America, order it now. I would do it right away. Should ship to you by Monday. And then next week, Canada should ship. And the week after should be Europe. Either way, even if it takes a few extra days or whatever, get one because the next time we'll be selling the product is March. Right? You don't want to wait till March to order. You want to do it now. And if some people order and we run out, we're simply going to just have to refund. That's all we can do right now. So yeah, Cully, that's the update. And Fred, great job. David, phenomenal job. I was watching David and I was thinking, who wouldn't buy that? You'd have to be like double dumb. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't say that. A really famous guy years ago used to say that helped train me and stuff. And I always said, calling people double dumb, that's a terrible thing. But now I understand what he meant. Like, if you're not going to do this, what's wrong? It makes no sense, right? So great job, Fred. That was good stuff. I got a bunch of notes from that. And Collie, as always, appreciate you. And yeah, I'll turn it over to you and let you close it out.
Awesome. And before I close it out, I've got two other people I'd like to just answer the questions. So there were a lot of questions in the chat about product. Will it help with this? Will it help with that? Will it help with the other thing? And of course, we always have to be careful about, disclaimers. We can't, make claims. But David, I know you've kind of looked at the chat. So just as a general overview, when people are asking for this, that, and the other thing, my answer is always ask ChatGPT or ask Google or ask Siri or ask whatever health benefits of, or, will this product help? And if you do a link to our product, ChatGPT will look at the product, look at the ingredients, and then be able to answer your questions even better. But David, can you just give us your answer to people who are wondering if the citrus silk can help with the various things that people have asked about in the chat? And you're muted.
You're muted, David.
My day's not complete until David's muted. I was so proud of him. He turned off his share screen earlier.
Okay,
I was like,
there we
David, I don't
go.
get to give him a bad time this week. But now that he's talking muted, we're back.
I would just say, Collie, and that's a great question, is these products are unlike anything you've imagined. If you go read and you go online, you'll read the ingredients. You go, where's where's that other stuff they usually that they say is kind of not good for me or whatever. But I just for to answer your question, the get the product. There's a 60-day money back guarantee. I don't know specifically, that every individual's body's different, your skin's different, etc. But you've got to start somewhere. And I would just order the product, use it. It's doing things that I can't even say on here because they're not compliant. It's just the absolutely phenomenal experience. And if for some reason you're one of the few that something doesn't work, or it irritates your skin or whatever, just send it back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, David. And I have a question for Fred, because this came up in the chat, and boy, I think a lot of people can relate to this. Mike in the chat, when you were speaking, he said, he's talking to me. I've been failing and failing, but I've been learning along the way. It's my time to succeed. I would love for you to respond to that.
Yeah. Who said that?
Mike C.
Okay, Mike, here's the thing. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. One of the things that's always disturbing in this industry is when people say, oh, I made $1 million. You can do it too. It's fun. It's easy. It's simple. It doesn't take any work, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me tell you the real truth, Michael. Michael, right? Is it Mike C? Michael?
Yep.
Mike. All right. It's going to take longer than you want it to. Okay. It's going to be harder than you thought it would be. But if you commit 36 months, and there's a reason why I say 36 months, because every company that I've made $1 million or more in, I committed 36 months. And when those 36 months were done, I had the puppy locked in. I couldn't destroy it. My income kept going up and up and up as my time off kept going up and up and up. Okay. And if you think about it, most people will spend 4 years in college. And I did go to college. I hated it. I was a terrible student. And that's why I became a truck driver with a college education. Most people spend 4 years getting a college education so they can get out and get a job that doesn't even allow them to have more than an apartment and a used car.
Wow.
Be willing to pay the price. You can do it. If you look at some of the people that have become successful in this industry, you're going to go, thank goodness for multi-level marketing, because they'd never be successful at anything else. I mean, Stu, he just put that like this. I mean, I had one friend of mine say, I think all the big shots in multi-level, they're basically the misfit toys.
Yep.
Right? And we are. Okay. So if you happen to be a regular guy, as long as you got those three things, willing to work, willing to learn, burning desire to succeed, as long as you got those three things, you got a leg up on us. Okay. I am unhireable. I am unemployable. Nobody would have, honestly, unless it was sponsoring me in network marketing, I don't think I'd ask me to do a job of anything. Mike, this is your time. All right. This is your company. This is the reason I'm here. I was about to say, it's not because of the money I'm going to make. Trust me, I'm going to make a ton of money, and I'm going to enjoy that money. Okay. Yes, I'm going to make a lot of money. But the reason I'm here is because this company, under this leadership, with these people that are running this company, and the comp plan we have, the products we have, this is something that will be my legacy. People like you, Mike, that I will be able to show the path. 36 months, work one day, a day at a time for 36 months. And I guarantee you, 36 months from now, you will have bought your future. Just be willing to pay the price. Okay.